This is where we are, Kemper Arena, Kansas City, Missouri, for Game 3 of the Big 8 quarterfinals. Two teams are already gone. Missouri and Kansas State have been eliminated by Oklahoma and Kansas. There they are, the Sooners 78-75 in a whale of a game against Missouri. Kansas State beaten fairly easily by Kansas. Tonight we'll have Colorado and Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and Nebraska. Hello everybody, I'm Kevin Kylie, and we're back at Kemper Arena for the third game of the Big 8 tournament. Colorado got here in kind of a strange way. They did not win a conference game on the court. But when Kansas State forfeited all of their conference games, the Buffaloes picked up 2 wins. By virtue of that, they became the 7th seed, ducked #1 Kansas, the #1 seed in the tournament, and now will play a very tough Iowa State team. We're moments away from tip-off. To the game talent, Jay Randolph and Herb Brown.
Thank you very much, Kevin. A pleasant good evening, everybody. Happy to have you with us for this third game of the opening round of the Big 8 tournament. First year, of course, that all 8 teams have come to Kemper for the action. And Herb, great to have you with us to analyze the action. Colorado looks like a big underdog. This game looks like a mismatch, but Colorado has a chance to set a school field goal shooting percentage record, better than 50%. And I think they have a chance to play better than they have in recent days, so it might be a better game than we think.
Jay, you hit on it. That's the nice thing about a tournament. You can get well in a tournament. They don't have that bad of talent. They just got to come out and play. They can jam it inside. It makes them a tough team if they do it well. Iowa State spreads the court. They can blitz you out, and they've been very, very successful all year long.
Johnny Orr's club, of course, has beaten both Oklahoma and Kansas. It's an uphill battle for this Colorado club tonight. No question about that. But a chance, of course, for them to redeem on what has been a very dismal season for them.
No question about it. This is your chance. That's what it's all about with a tournament. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we've got a new season, so to speak. We'll be back and have a chance to have you meet the starting 5s right after this from Bud Light.
Here are your starting lineups for tonight's first game. For the Colorado Buffaloes, at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Los Angeles, California, number 44, Torin Williams. At forward, 6'10" freshman from West Des Moines, Iowa, number 50, Matt Bullard. At center, 6'9" freshman from Panama, Iowa, number 54, Scott Wilke. At guard, 6'1" senior from Rock Island, Illinois, number 4, Mike Reid. At guard, 6'4" sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 11, Michael Lee. For the Iowa State Cyclones, at forward, 6'4" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 11, Ron Virgil. At forward, 6'5" sophomore from Flint, Michigan, number 44, Jeff Grayer. At center, 6'9" junior from Chicago, Illinois, number 33, Sam Hill. At guard, 6'3" sophomore from Jackson, Michigan, number 3, Gary Thompkins. And at guard, 6'3" senior from LaGrange, Illinois, number 14, Jeff Hornacek.
There the coaches, Johnny Orr. What a job he's done since coming to Ames, Iowa. Tom Apke on the right, used to coach at Creighton. Back with a tip-off right after this. Sold out for this tournament. We don't have too many in the building yet for this first game of tonight's doubleheader. We had better than 16,000 here this afternoon at one point during the action. It'll be number 50, Bullard, to go up against 33, Hill. The Cyclones in white. The Golden Buffaloes in their blue and buff. This is number 11, Virgil. Hornacek bringing it down, and Colorado opening man-to-man. The jump shot up, and a dandy to open it up for Jeff Grayer. Grayer, of course, leading this team with a 21.2 average.
He's one guy that Colorado cannot match up with at all. He's just too quick for him when he gets on the wing. If he takes it to the hole, they're in serious trouble.
Inside, Wilke, number 54, and the ball belongs to the Cyclones. Batted out of bounds, and it was touched last by one of the Buffs. Opening moment of play, Iowa State 18-9, 9-5 in conference play, the number 2 seed in the tournament. And the Golden Buffs 10-17 and 2-12. That their record after the forfeitures by Kansas State, seeded 7th. Underneath, Virgil got it off, and the shot put up under there. Finally goes through for Gary Thompkins on the second try.
Quickness and strength for Gary Thompkins. All right, here's the press from Iowa State. They'll try and pester Reid.
And pester they do, as Thompkins is called for the first foul of the game. Iowa State's averaging 76.6. The Golden Buffaloes 72.8. Colorado, a young club. They haven't seemed to have the senior leadership that so often is needed at the collegiate level.
What they really need is for their point guard, Mike Reid, to play effectively.
Virgil took the shot. Hill with a rebound. Hornacek on the run. This is Jeff Grayer holding on outside. The Cyclones have won 5 of their last 7. They were undefeated at home, and a turnover charge to Iowa State.
There's a look at Johnny Orr, and he has done a great job. Got out of coaching for 1 year, went into life insurance. He didn't like it. There's Tom Apke. Tom had all those good ball clubs at Creighton. It's been a tough year for the coach this season.
Apke very much under the gun at Colorado. Wilke has a 15-footer. Seemed to be a little indecisive about taking it. It hit the shot clock on back of the board, and it'll belong to Iowa State.
Iowa State will spread the court as good as anybody, and they'll backdoor you if you come up and try and deny the guard to forward pass. They do an excellent job.
Grayer takes the jumper. Comes up short, gets the rebound, puts it up, taken away by Bullard, off to Reid. Tried to get it into Torin Williamson. Wilke turned away, and Grayer comes back, drives, missed it. No foul in there underneath, and here comes Reid for Colorado. And he turned it over. Reid turned it over as he brought it down.
Right now we got a little playground game. Let's take a look. One more time now. Mike Reid, the point guard, and they expect him to run the show. He comes in a little bit out of control on the left side, and there he carries the ball. Paul Castor with the call.
Hornacek from 25. Torin Williams rebounds. Reid has to hold up, gives it back to Williams and back to Reid. Opening moments of play, and Iowa State leading it 4-0.
They've changed their offense a little bit. The Buffaloes now have gone to a 3-out, 2-in game. They try and jam it inside. Passing game just wasn't working. There it is.
Shot was put up and wouldn't go for Bullard. Hornacek for Iowa State.
Clean now.
Grayer now trying to get it in underneath to Thompkins. Ball out of bounds. It went off Wilke. We've played nearly 3 minutes. The Buffaloes have yet to score. It's 4-0 Iowa State. The Golden Buffs lost 16 in a row. Of course, the 2 forfeits got them a couple of victories, but actually they have lost 16 in a row.
This is their matchup zone. They really combo it here.
Virgil with a 15-footer, and he bangs it in there, and the first points are on the board for Virgil, and it's 6-0.
First time I saw him, Jay, I almost wanted to giggle. Then you watch him while he's ferocious. Forget that skinny body.
Yes, sir. Out of Providence, St. Mel, and Chicago. Bullard from 20 comes up short, and the rebound high into the air goes Sam Hill. He leads it out there to Tompkins. Grayer back to Tompkins. Ball batted away, and making the play was Virgil, and he couldn't hold it, and driving back with it is Lee. Foul charged as Lee drove down the lane. The foul is on Sam Hill, his first, and team foul number 2.
Excuse me, Jay. Michael Lee is a guy, as we get a look at his coach, who's got big-time talent. It's either feast or famine with him, but he really has excellent skills. And I'll tell you something else, he can cover when he is in that frame of mind. That's an ability.
His teammates call him instant offense. He's a 77.9% free throw shooter out of Las Vegas, Nevada's Western High School. Lee got back into the starting lineup 5 games ago.
We mentioned at the top that Colorado has shot well all year long despite their record, but first 4 minutes they haven't gotten a thing to go down until that one.
6-1. Lee getting the first point for the Golden Buffs from Boulder. Driving along the line, Grayer put it up. Virgil is there to get the rebound. That's Hill. 8-1.
He can shoot it from the outside. A lot of people don't think he can. I saw him just tear him up earlier this year.
Here comes Virgil on the run. 2-on-2. Virgil wisely holds up, now turns and cuts it through there.
Tom Apke up hollering at his ball club. He wants something cooking. They have not played well. They really had some high hopes coming in this tournament with the new lease on life, not playing Kansas. It's been all Iowa State early.
Bullard into Torin Williams. Williams gets it up as he took that shot over Sam Hill and made a nice soft move. 10-3.
You know, he's tough when he posts up. The problem this year, he hasn't posted up that much. He's been a perimeter player. They look good.
Carrying the ball, Gary Thompkins, and the turnover. That's the third turnover for ISU. Colorado has 3. 15:04 to play in this, the first half. We'll be back after this from Bud Light. Band entertaining the crowd here at Kemper as Iowa State leads it 10-3. Colorado with Mike Reid, Michael Lee, Torin Williams, Matt Bullard, and Scott Wilke on the court. Thompkins, Virgil, Hornacek, Hill, and Grayer out there for Iowa State. Williams from 10 feet away. Wouldn't go down for him. And coming away with it is Thompkins. Hornacek driving around Reid. Lost it to Bullard. The turnover against the Cyclones. That's 4.
Got to go inside, Jay. Let's see if that's where they're looking.
Reid tries to do it and makes a nice move and puts it in off the glass.
Nice penetration. When he plays well, it's a better ball club.
10-5. Hornacek, he's the playmaker. He was a walk-on. What a story he's been. The jumper by Hill won't go down, and a nice rebounding job by Bullard, and he is fouled by Hornacek. That's number 1 on Hornacek. Third team foul against ISU.
So Colorado could cut it down to 3 if they could get one here. Iowa State has been switching up. They've gone man, they've gone zone, they've pressed a little bit.
This afternoon here, it was a victory for Oklahoma, 78-75 over Missouri, and Kansas walloped Kansas State. Those two teams will meet tomorrow afternoon in one of the semifinal games. The winner of this one will meet either Nebraska or Oklahoma State.
Jay, look at the size advantage inside. Torin Williams going against little Virgil. Let's see if they can use it. They don't need it there.
No, nice move by Scott Wilke, who gets his first points of the game. Youngster from Panama, Iowa. And it's a 10-7 game as the Buffs battle back here. Virgil looking in at the scene, fires from 25. Rebounded nicely. Thompkins, turnaround shot. Grayer, Jeff Grayer scoring.
Boy, can he leap for 6'5"?
And he plays fine D too, I'll tell you. He really does. Plays at both ends of the court. It's 12-7. Iowa State with 12:45 to go in the first half. Lee takes it in. Won't go down for him. Ball batted around. Williams comes up with it for Colorado and back out front to Reid.
They are much bigger inside. Let's see if they can utilize that.
There's 2 more for Scott Wilke.
He's an Iowa farm boy.
He sure is. Came out of Harlan High School in Panama, Iowa. 6'9", just a sophomore.
High post attack. They'll run those cutters through as well as anybody in the nation. There it is.
Virgil shoved it off. Hill off balance. Rebound taken away by Bullard, and back to the attack comes Lee.
Nice.
Oh, yes, right there. Lee getting it into Wilke. Wilke has 3 straight hoops now, and it's a 1-point Iowa State lead.
The one time it was 10-1, and Colorado starting to gain some confidence. Johnny Orr will go one-on-one when you make a run at him. Let's see if he clears the side for this man, Grayer.
Hornacek was trying to find a pick. Foul as the pass went in there to Grayer. The foul is charged on Mike Reid. It's his first. We're going to have a timeout. We've got 11:35 to play in the first half. Iowa State 12, Colorado 11. In the game, number 33, David Kuzman, is in there for Colorado now. And Jeff Penix, number 21, also in as Reid and Wilke sit it out for the Golden Buffs. And that is Penix, who just picked it up there.
Quickest player on the ball club. Colorado can take the lead for the first time.
Randy Downs also in the game, number 45. And he lost it as they tried to get it in right there. And coming back the other way with it is Grayer. Now Hornacek. Hornacek with a little jumper gliding through. It wouldn't go, but no basket. They're going to call offensive basket activity right there.
Let's take a look. You can't touch the ball or the rim when it's laying on the lid. You can never touch the basketball when it's in the cylinder. Good one-on-one move by Hornacek. The ball goes up.
That's David Moss, who just came into the game.
And one more time, you can see the violation. The right call by Terry Turlington.
Well, Moss is in there now for Iowa State as Hill is getting a rest.
John has gone to his zone now to try and cut off that inside game.
Torin Williams gets that ball batted away from him. He wanted a foul on the play. The Buffaloes will have it, and Bullard will put it in play. Number 33 out there is David Kuzman.
Look at the size inside with little Virgil going against Williams as Downs gets inside.
And losing it in under there, Randy Downs. Jeff Grayer in control, back to Hornacek. Hornacek now being guarded by Kuzman. Jumper is a dandy from Grayer. Boy, he can fill it up.
Yes, he can, Jay. You know, they balance the floor as well as anybody because Johnny Orr goes a lot of full court, a lot of one-on-one full court, and it really pays off. They never seem to have the floor in bad shape.
Grayer has half a dozen. That shot from Penix over everything. Driving down. Thompkins scores and a foul. The basket's good. Yes, sir, and he'll go to the line. Chance for the first three-point play of the game.
That's a transition game, and they did a tremendous job. This is Iowa State's game, and they can just blitz you. They were dead even with Colorado in the game in Boulder, and they did some things like this. Transition game, they get it going. Tom Apke wants to talk to the official over here because they didn't count the bucket right away, and there was a little bit of controversy. I don't think there's any question about it. The bucket was good.
Well, they're calling an intentional foul. Right. The bucket is good. He's going to get 2 shots. 55, Tom Schafer comes into the ball game. Schafer is from Chicago, Illinois, a junior.
Take a look one more time now. If you intentionally foul, and that's a good call by the official. I've looked down. I thought that Tom was talking about the basket counting. This is a 2-shot foul. New rule this year.
Gary Thompkins, All-American from Jackson, Michigan.
Well, that first guy you mentioned wasn't too bad.
Yeah, he was a pretty good. Every time you get this kid, and you think about the other one, don't you? The Rolling Rocket. The 2 points make it now a 17-11 Iowa State lead. We are just at the halfway point of the first half. Kuzman bringing it down against Virgil. This is Bullard. Into Downs, and goaltending is called. If you're scoring with us, credit to Randy Downs to make it 17-13 Iowa State by 4.
Take a look inside now. Johnny Orr's put in a little size. He's got some folks that can battle a little bit. Here's the goaltending call, but John has changed his defense. He's got Big Schafer in there who'll bat you around a little bit, and we've already talked about Moss.
Jeff Grayer called for the goaltending there. Virgil getting it back out front. Thompkins. Virgil firing now. It won't go, and that is Greer rebounding, and Virgil again, and a new 45 for them. Good ball movement by the Cyclones. Schafer from 20. Rebound, Torin Williams. Kuzman brings it down for Colorado with 9 minutes to play in this first half. Torin Williams from 17. Williams makes it a 2-point lead for Iowa State. And Colorado on a couple of occasions has been close to getting blown out here in the first half, been able to battle back. They're going to get Lee and Wilke back into the game when we have an opportunity for Colorado. Sam Hill will be coming back in for the Cyclones. In underneath there, Moss lost it. Coming out, a foul is called. Foul is on Thompkins. That is his second.
Saw the quickness of Penix as he picks up the foul. Team foul number 3 on Iowa State. We shoot at 7. This has been a relatively clean game. That should be team foul 4.
It is team foul number 4 with 8:35 to play in this first half. Leaving the game now is Gary Thompkins for the Cyclones. They've got Sam Hill along with Greer and Hornacek. David Moss. And Ron Virgil out on the court. Wilke is back in, as we told you. He's working now with Kuzman, Lee, Randy Downs. It's getting a little bit of a backyard variety there. It's going to belong to the Cyclones of Iowa State.
Little shirts and skins right there, huh, Jerry?
I tell you, 17-15. Iowa State leading by 2. Good pass from Virgil in underneath for the stuff by Greer. And Greer now has 8 points.
What a pretty play. Virgil fed it to Greer on the pivot foot side, which was the back foot. Easy drop step. They picked up the lead to 4.
Iowa State's biggest lead has been 9.
Good action underneath as Wilke is killing Hill and vice versa.
Here's a long one by Lee that won't go. Virgil is there to rebound. Outlet to Hornacek. Greer in the middle. Stops, pops, and didn't get it. Greer gets it back. Bingo.
Once again, Colorado does not do a job on the board. Greer is killing him from the wing, and then he gets his own rebound.
Wilke scoring. Wilke gets 2 for Colorado, 21-17. Wilke now has 8 points. 7:10 to go in this first half. Kemper Arena starting to fill up. Nebraska and Oklahoma State in the second game of the doubleheader here tonight. Long pass. Can he get there? He does. The shot was put up by Penix, but there was some question as if he could get there. Here's Hornacek now back the other way. Big turnaround right there.
Schafer did a great job running the court to pressure Penix. And instead of a 2-point ball game, the good effort by Schafer pays off. Hornacek knocks it down, and his ball club leads it by 6.
Shot put up from the corner. Would not go down for Penix. Hornacek comes back. Good pass to Virgil. Virgil operating along the line, and he scores it.
Boy, that's an excellent effort. Colorado got their pocket picked. Nobody got back on defense. They were just sleepwalking, and the lead is up to 8 after Colorado had worked hard to actually get the lead.
Virgil is really slick, isn't he?
He is.
25-17, Iowa State. Inside, the shot put up. Didn't go for Wilke. Virgil again for the Cyclones. Virgil really can handle that ball well in heavy traffic. Sam Hill back out to Virgil. 5:45 to play, first half. Game 3 of the opening round of the Big 8 tournament. First time all 8 teams have come here, and boy, oh boy, a shot that Greer took from number 54, Scott Wilke. Torin Williams, along with Bullard and Reid, coming back for Colorado. Virgil going out of the game and Thompkins coming back in for the Cyclones. And we're going to take a timeout. 5:39 to play in the first half. Iowa State 25, Colorado 17. Now this from Bud Light.
Is a copyrighted presentation of Raycom Sports. Any reuse of this telecast without the express consent of Raycom Sports is prohibited.
With Irv Brown and your host Kevin Kylie, Jay Randolph. There's Johnny Orr right there, 58 years old, a native of Yale, Kansas. Was a great football and basketball star at Illinois and at Beloit College in Wisconsin. Started coaching at Little Milton, Wisconsin. Later went on to Dubuque. And of course, it's his 21st year as a head coach. He was the National College Coach of the Year in '76. Hornacek working, gets it around to Thompkins. He's in heavy traffic, back to Hornacek. Iowa State leading 25-17. First half action for the Big 8 tournament. Kemper Arena in Kansas City. Little jumper won't go down for Robinson, who's in the game now. Elmer Robinson, number 25. Long one put up by Wilke, won't go. Bullard is there. Matt Bullard scoring for the Buffs.
Been their best all year long. Just gets a little better. Young kid, freshman. He's got no weight at all. He can put on a lot of size.
Hornacek and Thompkins in the backcourt. Up front now it is Robinson along with Hill and number 55 Tom Schafer. That's Schafer. Hornacek put up a 17-footer. Mike Reid is there to get the rebound for Colorado, and they can get back within 4 with a basket here. 4:20 to go, first half. Score 2 for Matt Bullard.
If they stay inside, Jay, they can be very, very tough. When they've gotten into trouble in this ball game, it's going with the perimeter stuff.
Bullard now has 4 points. A long one that won't go down for Schafer. And now Colorado with a chance to get within 2. And Reid makes a nice move inside, but it wouldn't go down. Hornacek for the Cyclones. Reid batted that ball away and wanted the call. Back into the game will come Jeff Grayer for the Cyclones.
TV time.
And we're going to get a timeout. We've got 3:41 to play in this first half. Iowa State 25, Colorado 21. More Big 8 basketball action from Kemper in just a moment. There's our score with 3:41 remaining in this first half. This afternoon, the winners were Oklahoma over Missouri, Kansas over Kansas State. Some of the Cyclone faithful who have journeyed here to Kansas City for the action. This is the 3rd straight season that these two teams have met in the first round in the tournament, both times in Ames. Shot put up along the line by Grayer. It doesn't go, but the foul called. Foul is charged to Torin Williams, his first, and team foul number 4.
Grayer's really been tough inside on Colorado. Has 6 points in the paint, has 5 rebounds. Even though that little jumper doesn't go down, he goes to the line. Been a very nice attack. They haven't been able to get Hornacek into the game yet, and when he gets cooking, look out, he's like a coach on the floor.
Grayer is just a sophomore, player of the year in Flint, Michigan, his senior year in high school. Coming into tonight's game, he'd scored 572 points, and that's an all-time record for a sophomore at Iowa State University. 26-21 Iowa State.
2-2-1 press for the Cyclones. They trap effectively if they can get you pinned on the sideline.
Hornacek and Reid. It's a good duo to watch. You like that play, the guard play. Torin Williams takes the turnarounder. It won't go. Rebound Grayer. Outlet pass Thompkins. And Reid does a good job. Oh, Reid then got by Hornacek. He's putting on a show. Still going. And he's fouled by Elmer Robinson.
How about that?
Robinson's first. Team foul number 5 against Iowa State. We've got 3 minutes to play in this first half.
Reid's dad, I should say, coached him in high school. And take a look. Duncan, be proud of this guy. This was an excellent transition effort here by Iowa State. And Reid just hustles back. Not only steals it, but keeps it alive.
And we come back live. A shot put up in the lane. Wouldn't go down for Lee. Virgil for the Cyclones. And offensive foul on Virgil. His first. Team foul number 6.
Good position that time by the Buffs. All right, let's take a look. Here's the contact right here, and Bullard holds his ground, gets rewarded. Every official in the country will give you that call if you take the contact in the trunk.
And you ought to know.
That's right.
8 turnovers for Iowa State University. 5 for Colorado. Torin Williams, it's good. He's fouled. The basket counts.
It has been tough every time they've gone down in the blocks, and that's where Torin has to play. He became a perimeter shooter during the middle of the year, and it really hurt this ball club.
Foul is on Elmer Robinson, his second. That's the 7th team foul, so the 1-and-1 will be in effect from here on out. Torin Williams. He gets it down. Young fella from Los Angeles, California. Urban Day High School has worked his way back into the starting lineup, and it's now a 2-point lead for Iowa State. The Buffs have battled back now twice from large deficits. Hornacek from 20 comes up short, rebounded away by Hill. He is fouled by number 54, Scott Wilke. 2:13 to play in the first half.
Big Sam did a good job. He fouls out of a lot of ball games, but in this case he goes over Wilke clean. Wilke didn't block out. Downs is going to come in for him.
The foul charged to Wilke is his second. Randy Downs returning to the Buffalo lineup. He's out there now with Lee and Reid and Bullard and Williams. Hornacek, Hill, Grayer, Thompkins, and Virgil on the court for Johnny Orr's bunch. Sam Hill, you talked about him fouling out, being in foul trouble. He's fouled out 8 times this season. That's the most by any player in the Big 8.
Some guys just seem to get penalized. Remember Bo Ellis, Jay? You did a million of his games.
I sure do.
Bo would look at an official and get a foul.
28-24 Iowa State. Here's Lee right up the middle from 20. Wouldn't go down for him. Rebound to Sam Hill. 1:50 to go in this first half. Iowa State leading by 4.
Had a similar situation in the game in Boulder, and Iowa State just blitzed them about 21-2.
There's the jumper by Grayer. Underneath, Virgil comes out of there.
He's amazing. That's 6 rebounds by my count.
Oh, Hornacek with a dandy pass in there to Thompkins. 30-24. Iowa State leads it. 1:20 to go, first half. Lee for the Buffs. Down to Torin Williams. And a foul called as the rebound came into the hands of number 45, Randy Downs. He apparently pushed off to come up with the ball. His first personal foul.
It's been a frustrating year for Randy Downs. There was so much high hopes for him being a good basketball player. He lost his spot to Wilke, and he really lost his spot because they needed to make a change. Not anything in particular Downs is doing wrong. They just had to shake things up.
Somebody grabbed in there. Let's see who they call it on. Is it going to be against Reid? It is, his second. Back into the lineup will come David Kuzman, number 33 for Colorado, as Reid will go to the bench. 1:05 to play in this first half. There is Kuzman. He's from Colorado Springs, Mitchell High School. Started 4 games this year as a freshman. On the line, Jeff Grayer. Grayer, who had a season-high 33 against Vanderbilt. averaging 21.2 this year. He's had 45 points in the 2 games played against Colorado, and he has 12 points tonight as he misses there, and Kuzman comes back. 31-24 Iowa State. Bullard lost it. Another turnover against Colorado. 6 turnovers for the Buffs, 8 for the Cyclones.
Tom Apke used to work for Eddie Sutton at Creighton and took the job when Eddie moved on to Arkansas.
Apke, who came out of Cincinnati. Fine basketball family. Hornacek with the assist, the basket to Sam Hill, and all of a sudden Iowa State's back up on top by 9.
That's what they can do to you. Now Hornacek has had a tough time shooting wise, but there hasn't been anything wrong with his passing.
Here's another steal. Grayer to Hornacek, 2 for Jeff. 35-24, Iowa State's biggest lead. 19 seconds left to go, and the Cyclones have done some damage here in the last 60 seconds. Torin Williams, nice turnaround shot, good soft touch. 5 seconds left to go. Down to 2, and the shot won't go down for Sam Hill. We're at halftime. Kevin Kylie will be coming along, fill you in on what's been taking place. Iowa State leading Colorado 35-26. This game 3 of the Big 8 basketball tournament for 1986.
Nothing beats the excitement of a Big 8 championship. And now you can make those memories last forever with a complete, uninterrupted game telecast of this year's championship game on video cassette. Order just the championship game for $21.95 or get our special 2-game package of the tournament champions semifinal and final game for only $39.95. Call our toll-free number 24 hours a day to place your Visa or MasterCard order. 1-800-554-7000. That number again is 1-800-554-7000. Or send a check for $21.95 for the finals or $39.95 for the 2-game package to Raycom Sports, P.O. Box 34545, Charlotte, North Carolina 28234. Add $3 postage and handling per order. Make the memories last forever on videotape.
Pretty good game. Colorado trailing Iowa State by just 9 points at the half. Colorado has been gaining on Iowa State, but every time they get within 2, the Cyclones put on the pressure and they head the other way. We've got a great game coming up for you. It's going to be the University of Nebraska in the late game at 8 o'clock against the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and we expect that to be a whale of a game. Tomorrow in the semifinals, tomorrow Saturday afternoon, Kansas and Oklahoma, and then Oklahoma State or Nebraska versus the winner of this game, Colorado or Iowa State University. We'll be right back after this message from Bud Light. 8 quarterfinals, Colorado trailing Iowa State by that score, 35-26. For some comments on the first half, let's go to Jay Randolph and Herb Brown.
Thank you, Kevin. Here at halftime, the comment that I would make is that Colorado was able to make a run and come back on 2 occasions, but they don't seem to be the team that can get over the hump. And on the other hand, this Iowa State club, they looked very, very tough when they had to.
No question about it, Jay. What really hurt Colorado, they forgot how they got there. In other words, they took it inside, and that let them have a little run. I thought Hornacek was sensational the last 60 seconds. Virgil and Grayer have done their thing the whole half, but Hornacek really did a job to get him going. And that was a nice little run, give him a 9-point lead.
I would guess that Tom Apke is talking things over with his kids, trying to convince them that the best way to handle Iowa State is just continually work that ball inside.
They only have one chance, Jay, and that's to pound it inside. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're not very much on the finesse end. Jam it inside and try and take advantage of a little guy like Virgil. They went to the perimeter game as soon as they'd get close. That ain't gonna work.
No, not indeed. I tell you, one of the things that I was interested in, you talked about the fact that Hornacek, at about the 9-minute mark to play, was not really in the game yet. But he got in it, and in the stretch of about a minute, the Iowa State Cyclones were able to just really blitz this Colorado club. That is a trait the Cyclones have had this season, and it has stood them in very good stead.
Johnny Orr has always done a job like that, Jay. He'll just get it up and down the floor. They spread things out, and if you let them, they'll flat put you away. And boy, that's what happened near the end of the half. We'll see if Colorado can come back.
Well, I know you folks along the Big 8 network are enjoying having Kevin Kylie with us to fill the gaps and bridge things throughout this tournament. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Jay. Iowa State came to Kansas City, the #2 seed in this tournament. They traveled a rather smooth road. Colorado, well, they had a bit of a rocky road, not winning any conference games. We're going to take a look at both those roads when we come back with more halftime activities after these words from your local station. This is the Raycom Sports Network. Cyclones have had a fine season. They're bidding for a bid to the NCAAs. They played well, but mostly at home, and had an up and down road here to Kansas City. Let's take a look back at the Iowa State season.
In 6 seasons at Iowa State, Johnny Orr's Cyclones have consistently improved each and every year.
What's the secret to that success?
You got to be lucky, I guess. Very lucky, and have great kids playing for you.
Let's take a look at the past year. Again this year, Iowa State continued its dominance over, at that time, top 20 ranked Iowa, winning by 13, 74-61. Then another Big Ten power came to play, 17th ranked Michigan State, and the Spartans went home losers 82-80 in overtime. Iowa State found winning on the road somewhat easier this year, taking first place in the Music City Classic over the Vanderbilt Commodores, even though that game was played on Vandy's home court. And as the Big 8 season commenced, Iowa State won the conference opener over the Missouri Tigers, then traveled to Kansas State, and where Jack Hartman once ruled over Johnny Orr, it was Johnny's time this year. But perhaps the 2 biggest wins of the year came just weeks ago in Hilton Coliseum. Kansas came to Ames ranked in the nation's top 5, but they left 77-74 losers. It was the Jayhawks' only loss in the conference at that point. Cyclones are looking for another NCAA tourney bid, and as Cyclone fans are now saying, it was a very good year, one of the most memorable ever.
And one of the most satisfying, I think. We lost the greatest scorer in the history of the school, second greatest scorer in the Big 8, and I think people look for a letdown. And we came on strong right from the beginning, which I didn't really expect. Finished up here pretty strong and won every game at home. Had a great year, record-setting for Jeff Greer and also for Jeff Hornacek. And we won the second most games in the history of the school, and with the season still going, we might break that record.
Iowa State, a team perhaps still on the rise. This is Mark Matthew reporting for Raycom Sports.
We like to have a strange first half. Every time the Cyclones get it going, Colorado has come back, except that at the end of the half, of course, the Cyclones got it going, and Colorado had little time to come back. Virgil had the steal, and then put up the shot for the Cyclones. Now, Iowa State jumped off to a big lead. They led 10-1 at one point, and it looked as if they were going to blow it open right away. Jeff Greer had 12 points in that first half. A good offensive rebound there. Greer puts it back up, and the Cyclones moved out again to another lead. But then Virgil, who had 2 assists in the first half, came back with a great pass and got it inside. At the half, as I said, Iowa State is leading in the game 35-26.
And Jay Randolph and Herb Brown with you here, along with Kevin Kylie, and a look at the first half stats.
Well, Jay, neither team really lit them up from the field. Iowa State got it going near the end of the half. They're at 42%. Colorado very frigid, 35%. The free throw percentages, neither one were very good either. The big story was the boards, 25-17, and 3 people for Iowa State. Virgil, Greer, and Hill had more rebounds than the entire Colorado team. They each had 6. Turnovers are pretty even. Nobody in foul trouble, and that's the story of the first half. A nice little run at the end of the half.
In 8 of their 9 losses, the Cyclones have shot under 50% this year. We'll take a look at the scoring. First of all, for Colorado, Torin Williams leading the way. Wilke has 8, followed by Bullard with 4. Reid and Downs with 2, and there's 1 for Lee there. Nobody in foul trouble as far as 3 goes. The Iowa State Cyclones, who have won 5 of their last 7 games, are led by Greer with 12. Thompkins had 7. Hill and Virgil with 6, Hornacek with 4, and again we have no one who is in any real foul difficulty, as we have a 35-26 halftime score on the board. Iowa State leading, and we'll be right back after this from Budweiser.
Big day around the nation today in the Atlantic Coast Conference Tournament. #1 Duke over Wake Forest by 8. NC State upset by Virginia. Small upset. Virginia coming on late in the year. Southwest Conference, Texas Tech, low-scoring game there, but they beat SMU by 5. And TCU big over Rice, 78-59. Memphis State hit the 3-number mark over South Carolina, 100-59. And now back to Jay Randolph and Irv Brown for the start of the second half.
All right, Kevin, this is the 95th meeting between the Golden Buffs of Colorado and the Cyclones of Iowa State. Each club has won 47 games. It is Reid and Lee and Williams and Bullard and Wilke out there for Colorado. Virgil along with Thompkins and Hill and Grayer and Hornacek for the Cyclones. Underway with the second half. Iowa State leading at 35-26. Iowa State in the man. This is Lee getting it back out front. Bullard. 54 is Wilke. Wilke's shot comes up short. And it went out of bounds off Jeff Grayer. It'll still belong to Colorado.
Tom Apke won't give him the ball. He wants to get a lick in.
There's Johnny Orr, the school record, 65.5% field goal shooting percentage against Colorado. That was at Ames on January the 21st. Reid getting it around to Bullard. And, well, now he does take it. He had it earlier and didn't fire. Lee missing. Rebound to Hill. Hornacek on the run. Stops. Partially blocked from 20. Back to Lee for Colorado. Torin Williams getting it into Bullard. He couldn't handle a pass. Grayer comes away with it. Shovels it to Thompkins. Off to Virgil. Virgil quick as a cat. Oh, look at this. Tompkins into Grayer, and he missed it. Torin Williams rebounds for Colorado, but very good ball movement there for the Cyclones. Bullard is fouled. Foul is charged to Sam Hill. That's Hill's second. First of the second half.
You know what Tom Apke talked to him about at halftime? They've gotten the basketball in 5 times out of 6. Missed a jumper from the outside, and that's really what they have to do. Interestingly enough, in that first half, Jay, Grayer inside just pounded them. Iowa State as a team, 9 of 12 in the paint. So both teams have really had their success inside.
Bullard is a freshman from West Des Moines, Iowa, out of Valley High School. He hit 14 of his last 19 field goals coming into tonight's game. He's a very consistent player. 81% free throw shooter. 35-28 Iowa State. 18:40 to play in this one. Virgil shovels it off. Grayer in there. Doesn't get it, but he is fouled.
Very quick jumper. Very, very strong. Let's take a look at Grayer. Just leaps so well for a 6'5" guy. You get the basketball from Hornacek. And they go back. Here's the pass. Virgil sets him up, and he just has the strength to get the ball up on the hoop.
He's had 45 points against Colorado in the 2 games this year, missing at the free throw line. Grayer is a 62.7% free throw shooter. He's had a little trouble at the line here this evening. He is 2 out of 5 and make it 2 out of 6. Back comes Reid for the Golden Buffs from Boulder, and a nice move off the glass. Oh, good slide there.
It really was. He found just a little bit of a crease, and Reid does his job to lead us to 5. Iowa State has let him get back in it 3 times, and then they'll blitz you.
Hornacek looking in. Great pass. Hornacek got it to Virgil. He missed it, gets it back, and scores. Oh, what a job. Virgil out-manning Scott Wilke.
That's amazing, because Virgil looks like he weighs about 150 pounds, and he just stayed with it. They list him at 155, and you really question it. There's no fear in this guy. What a heart.
That's ringing wet, isn't it?
37-30. Iowa State leads with 17:50 to play.
Here's a good pass, Jay, one more time. Look at Hornacek with a quick one inside to Virgil.
And Scott Wilke has just scored for Colorado to make it 37-32. Iowa State by 5.
Wilke and Williams really gave their ball club a chance in the first half. They had 8 of the 12 field goals.
Virgil from 25 won't go. Torin Williams rebounds. Foul Gary Thompkins. Tompkins' 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul of the second half against the Cyclones. We've got Reid, Lee, Bullard, Wilke, and Williams out there for Colorado. Hornacek, Tompkins, Virgil, Hill, and Grayer for the Cyclones of Johnny Orr. Tom Apke's bunch trying to battle back once more. Foul on Hornacek. And he doesn't like the call one little bit. Hornacek's 2nd personal, 3rd team foul.
Just saw the excellent move by Reid when he went down and picked up a layup as he found a little crease here. Hanging on to the dribble just a little longer, a la Gus Williams. He gets fouled.
Pass in there to Wilke. Back out front for Reid. Got it down. 37-34. Iowa State's lead cut to 3.
Reid has played well in the second half, and after Iowa State packed it in, you got to do something like that.
3rd time in this game that the Buffs have been able to battle back into it. Hornacek from 15 won't go. Rebound Bullard, and a chance for the Buffs to get within 1. Bullard gets it down. 37-36. Colorado back in business.
Well, if we follow the same pattern, Jay, that means Iowa State will run off and get about 6 in a row, because that's been the case 3 times.
Here's a foul on Torin Williams of Colorado. It's certainly been a game of streak serve.
Yes, it really has. And Iowa State has done this all year long. They put together a magnificent one in Boulder to just put the ball game away. Had a tough time shaking CU here on a neutral floor.
Torin Williams committing his 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 2 against the Buffs here in the second half. Colorado zoning after the inbounds play. Hornacek shooting. Won't go down. Rebound Bullard. Colorado can get the lead. Torin Williams out front. Wilke to Lee. Back to Wilke. Tried to power inside and lost it. And Grayer got it, and he is fouled by Bullard.
Wilke wanted a foul, but there was no foul. He just got himself in a jam, and Tom Apke tells him just settle down a little bit. 3rd team foul on Colorado. Here's Wilke, no place to go. That's excellent defense. There's no foul at all, and the Cyclones double up and take it away from him.
And that was Bullard's 1st personal foul. Gary Thompkins to put it in play. Hornacek now bringing it down. They're the backcourt duo for the Cyclones. Virgil, Hill, and Grayer along the front line. 15:50 to go in this one. Cyclones have led on a couple of occasions by 9. Their biggest lead was 11. Right now they're up by only 1.
They're not moving. When this happens, Johnny Orr usually clears aside and lets somebody use their individual skills. Right now, they're mulling around.
There's Grayer trying the shot. He's fouled by Bullard. Bullard's 2nd personal.
They were fortunate. They just didn't have any movement that time, Jay.
Grayer will go to the free throw line. 3rd in the league in scoring with a 21.2 average. There's Tom Apke, 42 years old, born in Cincinnati, Ohio. Played for Red McManus at Creighton. Grayer on the line.
There's a name out of the past. Red McManus owns a tuxedo place in Omaha. Let's say hello to the old redhead.
Yes, sir. The old redhead was a dandy, wasn't he?
Once threw a chair at me across the auditorium arena. I loved it.
I thought only Bobby Knight did that kind of thing. 38-36. And Grayer now makes it 39-36. Iowa State. We've got 15.5 to play. It's the second half of this Iowa State-Colorado game. Big 8 tournament action coming your way from Kemper. Back with more in just a moment. Colorado Colorado has outscored Iowa State 10-4 in the first 4.5 minutes of the second half. 39-36 Iowa State. And the Cyclones pressuring the ball now as Reid gets it up against Hornacek. Wilke looking in, spinning it in there. Bullard off the glass for 2.
Strong move as Bullard hangs right in there, and the lead is down to 1.
Oh, we said at halftime that Coach Apke might suggest to his troops just keep working it in, get it inside, and they're getting the job done. 1-point Cyclone lead.
Plus Iowa State has really cooled off, Jay. They're at 38%. CU is actually shooting better now at 40.
Greer gets a bucket. Jeff Greer now has 16 points. It's 41-38 Cyclones. Lead at Torin Williams. He couldn't handle it, and it is Virgil coming away with it, and he walked.
That's right. You can't get up without that pivot foot moving, and Paul Castor makes the call. Johnny Orr doesn't protest.
There's Johnny Orr. He's 9-5 against Colorado in his coaching career. Traveling called against Wilke. Scott Wilke looks tired to me.
Hey, he really does. Doesn't look like he's in shape.
He really looks whipped out there. I know he's been working hard in underneath at both ends of the court. Virgil out to Hornacek, and now this is Sam Hill with a turnaround shot. Rebound taken down by Lee. There's Wilke. Torin Williams over to Lee. Colorado trying to work it inside, and there's Bullard.
Tough shot.
Yeah, he couldn't get it down, and Hill rebounds. Here's Hornacek. Hornacek driving, and a foul on Wilke.
Every time Iowa State's been in trouble, Hornacek has had a tough shooting night. He's only 2 of 9, but he goes hard to the hole, and he's always been able to get the key assist. All right, let's take a look as we get the action. Here is Hornacek coming down, and Wilke, you mentioned, Jay, he's a little hurt, and he's tired, and he just is not able to set his feet, and he's reaching.
Hornacek will put it in play. Virgil back out front to Thompkins. He's all alone for a 15-footer.
Can't let him do that.
No, sir.
He's a good shooter.
43-38. The lead is 5 for the Cyclones. Reid and Hornacek. What a duo they are. And Hornacek charged with a foul as Reid made an excellent move. I tell you, I don't know. That's a tough call. Third personal on Hornacek.
They've been going at it pretty good anyway.
Yeah, it's for someone like me, this is a joy to watch. I love this. One-on-one basketball, 2 talented guards.
There it is, and you can see Jeff just doesn't get the head and shoulders in front. You're going to get the call from the official.
Bullard now way back out to Lee, and the Cyclones zoning after the inbounds pass. Torin Williams hits a nice one from deep in the corner, and it is 43-40, and Williams now has 11 points.
Well, he can shoot it, and it's been mainly inside, that time from the corner to cut the lead to 3.
Sam Hill, 10-footer for Hill, and Hill now has 8 points.
When he flaps that wrist, Sam can flat knock him down. When he doesn't flap the wrist, he's just an ordinary shooter. Looked very good that time.
Accelerates it right through, doesn't it? He's sharp. Here's Reid, and it won't go. Hornacek way up to come away with it. 5-point Cyclone lead. Reid trying for the steal, gets it, and a foul on Greer.
That is just good hustle by Mike Reid. It's been a tough year for him. Now in the Big 8 tournament, he's playing well. Here's Reid. This is just hustle. He scraps. A lot of people from Iowa State wanted to foul, but there's no advantage, and there's the advantage. Paul Castor with the call. So Colorado will inbound it. They trail by 5.
Personal on Greer was his second. Team fouls are even at 5 apiece. Reid into the corner to Lee.
Got to see somebody work. Watch number 11. Watch Virgil work on Torin Williams, who's about 4 inches taller.
got the ball back but committed the foul as he went up with Sam Hill for it. That's 3 on Bullard. Team foul number 6. Tom Apke. And he was at Creighton 7 seasons there, had 130 victories, 64 defeats, 3 times in the NCAA tournament. Virgil pops it in and out, but there comes Grayer.
Nobody blocked out. Once again, Wilke's tired. He just let him go down the middle, uncontested.
And now the Cyclones are up by 7. 11:50 to go. Wilke. Foul. Wilke put it up. The foul is on Sam Hill. It's his 3rd.
Randy Downs is trying to come in and give Wilke a blow. Kid works hard. He's got a big heart. He's got the work ethic, and he is tired. Down in the blocks. Colorado's tried to go there. Here it is. Shaken to the right. Good double up. Iowa State has done a very good job of packing it in once you get the ball put on the floor. Sam raises his hands, and Wilke at the line for a pair.
Wilke is a 77.8% free throw shooter. He shot 64% on the road from the field this year. Pretty good playing.
Yeah, it is good.
He's not intimidated by going on another court somewhere. Timeout. The 2 free throws make it Iowa State 47, Colorado 42, 11:46 to play, and we'll be right back after this from Budweiser.
Take a look at the left-hander Sam Hill. Watch his form here. Mentioned that he flaps the wrist. When he does it right, goes straight up the feet are together. Look at the good-looking form. And the guy who played at Amundsen High School in Chicago for Don Russell, Cassie's brother, Jay, makes that look easy.
Randy Downs into the Colorado lineup as Wilke gets the rest that we suggested he needed, and I think his coach knew he needed it. From deep in the corner, Thompkins. Rebound Hill. Hill gets it back again. Thompkins underneath. Won't go. And a foul call on Randy Downs.
Colorado has mistimed about 6 boards. It has really hurt them today. They're down 5 points, and you can attribute that a lot to second chance points. Iowa State has 14, CU 6, and there's a great indication right there. They just do not do a job timing the rebound.
Second personal on Downs. Hill on the line, the 6'9" junior from Chicago, Illinois, was the MVP in the All-Public League there his senior year. His high this year was 21 against Drake. He's blocked 28 shots coming into the day's action. Hill, a 75% free throw shooter, couldn't get it down, and Colorado with a chance to get back within 3. Downs out to Torin Williams, and Williams pops it through from 20.
Well, he's on fire. He has not missed a shot in the last 3-4 minutes.
Worked his way back into the starting lineup recently. Virgil, that high arching jumper won't go for him, but Hill is there to rebound it. It won't go. Virgil taps it up and in.
Once again, Torin Williams had the inside position, did not time his leap.
Virgil with 10 points, 49-44, Iowa State. 10.5 to play. A foul by Hill against Randy Downs, and that's 4 on Hill. Mentioned earlier, he has fouled out more than any other player in Big 8 play, 8 times. And Iowa State is going to get him off the court and send in David Moss. Moss, number 45, the senior from Franklin Park, Illinois, who's played well off the bench.
Got a mean streak, too. Great improvement from his sophomore to his junior year. He'll mix it up inside.
Randy Downs played well of late. He's been more aggressive. He's a 73.5% free throw shooter. Is the San Gabriel Valley Player of the Year at La Puente High School out in California his senior year. 1,562 points for Downs coming into tonight's game, makes him 3rd on the all-time list at Colorado, and it's a 3-point lead for the Cyclones. Thompkins, nice move along the line, and a foul on Thompkins. The basket is going to be good, but Thompkins is called for the foul.
Thompkins takes the baseline away as nobody sticks him right here. Gets the pass from Grayer. The assist man. Nobody goes in and takes him. And there's the charge. So you count the bucket and go to the other end. A rule a lot of people would like to see eliminated. They'd like to see it go to the pro rule.
That's 4 on Thompkins, so he is the second Cyclone to have to sit down. He'll join Hill over there. And Elmer Robinson comes into the game, the freshman from LaGrange, Illinois, number 25. On the line, Matt Bullard. Bullard from Des Moines, Iowa. You folks watching in that part of the world tonight remember him, I'm sure, from Valley High School in West Des Moines. And he could be the only, well, only the second Frost to lead CU in scoring. Emmett Lewis did it in the 75-76 season. Bullard averaging 12.7 coming into tonight's game, tied with Downs.
That's how they call their defenses. 2 red is the zone defense. It's their actually it's their combination matchup zone. There they are.
Hornacek. This shot from Robinson. Elmer Robinson gets it through. 53-48. Iowa State, 9:50 to play.
Watch out for this guy. Just a youngster. He's 6'5". He's got the skills of a guard. Really like him.
Spinning in there is Lee, and a foul on Lee. Tom Apke with a word there as Lee commits his first personal foul.
Iowa State has maintained good defensive position on the baseline all night long. Here's the call as Lee comes in with the spin move, a little out of control. Moss steps up, takes the charge, and you can leave your feet. Contacts in the trunk. This Tom Apke, not too crazy about that one.
Free throw is up and good by David Moss. Moss is a 57.5 free thrower, averaging 3 points a game. His high game this year was 12 against the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. He looked pretty smooth right there. 7-point advantage now for the Cyclones. Lost inside by Randy Downs. The turnover. Virgil bringing it back. Get it back out in Hornacek's hands to set things up. Robinson, long range, won't go. He's not bashful, is he? Downs rebounding. Torin Williams, foul on Moss. Mike Reid with a good pass to Torin Williams, and Moss commits his first personal.
Really was a good pass by Reid. He took all the pressure and then dishes it off. Cyclones with a 7-point lead. Colorado at the line.
Torin Williams averaging 12.1 a game and 4.3 rebounds. Nearly a 76% free throw shooter. Cyclones won both of the games during this past season. 90-62 at Ames in January and 83-57 at Boulder. 55-49. 9 minutes to play. Cyclones by half a dozen. That ball, running a little. That's a foul, and I thought maybe they were going to call it on Virgil for a push-off, but they didn't. They went the other way. Michael Lee, his second.
Virgil thought the foul was on him too, but then he quickly got out of there. Well, he's big as a minute. Skinny legs, skinny arms. You know what? He can play. And he can rebound too. He's got 9. Only Sam Hill has more for either ball club.
Very versatile senior, 6'4". At 22 is his high against Michigan State. Virgil now has 11. This free throw would put the Cyclones up by 8. Their biggest lead was 11 at 35-24. They now lead at 57-49. And can Colorado make another run here? They have 8.5 to play. think Apke is thinking about getting Scott Wilke back into the game. He's had a pretty good rest by now. That turnover gives it back to the Cyclones, and that's 13 against Colorado.
Well, they've really had a tough time handling the basic plays. There's Tom Apke, and his buckle has just not handled the ball. Boom. This is on Reid.
And Hornacek made it happen. 3 on Lee. Lee's saying, what was I supposed to do? But I think Hornacek kind of deked him into this, didn't he?
Yeah. And the rule is if you stop when you run through a screen, there's no contact. He just keeps going.
Hornacek, a walk-on from LaGrange, Illinois. 634 career assists, 188 this season coming into tonight's game. About 7 a game. You're going to see a personal feature on this very talented fella. He's had 3 100-assist seasons for the Cyclones. Coming up in our fill time, for those of you who will be with us, a feature on Jeff Hornacek. 59-49. Cyclones taking control here with 8 minutes to play. Lee. Rebound underneath by Grayer. Hands it off to Hornacek, and Hornacek says, go ahead on down there. I'll handle it.
Boy, is he a natural leader.
He really is.
If we go to war, I want him as our general.
He'd be all right, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Grayer put it up, gets it back, puts it up again. Ball batted out of bounds. Cyclones will lose it. It'll go to Colorado, and we're going to get a timeout. We've got 7:47 remaining. Johnny Orr's Iowa State Cyclones lead it 59-49. More Big 8 tournament action in just a moment. And, not as good as either club has done in recent days. Colorado 38% from the field, 19 of 50. ISU 23 of 59, 39%. Here's a steal by Grayer. Got in front of Bullard. Grayer and Hornacek working a little magic, but it didn't go down. Wilke is back in there, and he got it and gave it to Reid. Wilke and Reid and Bullard and Kuzman and Torin Williams now on the court for Colorado, and here's a foul charged against Elmer Robinson, his third.
Fortunate for Wilke because he just got caught in no man's land. Iowa State gets that bucket, they're off and running. That's the case for a lot of people who say you should never jam the basketballs. We get a look at Mo Iba. He's getting ready. He's got a ball game coming up with Paul Hansen.
He sure does.
University of Nebraska coach.
Mo in the final year of his contract at Nebraska. There's some talk that he might not be back. A lot of talk about a lot of coaching changes, not only in the Big 8, but all over Division I basketball.
That's exactly right. And if one opens up at Tennessee, if Don DeVoe moves on, you're going to see about 9,000 guys apply down there. That thing pays a lot of money.
And I've got to believe that Don DeVoe's going back to his alma mater. He's been like a gentleman in waiting for that situation. 59-50. What a fine coach he is. He's had a down year at Tennessee, a lot of injuries, but what a great job he has done at Knoxville. What a fine basketball man he is. He would.
He's tough. He was at Virginia Tech. Yeah, really gave him a nice program.
59-50. Cyclones. Virgil, Hornacek, Grayer, Moss, and Robinson out there now for the men from Ames. That's Robinson. Virgil comes away with it. 6:45 to play. Jumper by Grayer won't go down. Rebound Bullard. Bullard out to Reid, and the Buffs need a bucket. Reid spins, got the shot away, but was in a little trouble. It'll belong to Colorado as the ball went out of bounds and right into the hands of Grayer, who was sitting on the court, out of bounds.
One of those moves that has been real good for Reid, but in this case, there just wasn't any place to go. Colorado's down by 9. They've been out-rebounded by 11. That and Iowa State's quickness is the difference in this game.
Torin Williams doesn't go down for him. Grayer there to get the rebound. Virgil all the way. Virgil doesn't get it, but he is fouled. Foul charge to Scott Wilke.
That thing just opened up, and there was a big hole. That's one of the holes O.J. Simpson used to run through. Watch this thing open up as he just slows up, and that usually lets other people slow up. So Virgil, who's just been terrific tonight, 9 boards all over the court, using his quickness, goes to the line.
4 personals now on Wilke. Ronnie Virgil. 76% free throw shooter. Virgil scored just 2 points at Kansas. He tallied 12 points, though, and dished out 6 assists against Oklahoma State. And this is the biggest lead, tied for the second time, 11. That's Torin Williams in under.
Got a nice pass from Reid with the penetration.
Williams now with 16 points, leading the Colorado attack. 5:45 to play. 61-52, the Cyclones. Grayer double teamed, and it'll belong to Colorado, as apparently Virgil touched it out of bounds along the baseline. Johnny Orr stalling his troops. Kuzma to Reid. Inside they get it to Wilke. He gets it back, and he puts it up, and he is fouled by Moss.
Iowa State does a great job every time somebody puts it on the floor. Wilke hurt his arm a little bit. When you put it on the floor, they run at you very, very effectively. Wilke does get fouled with the second effort.
It's hot and heavy in underneath there.
All right, this kid does have the work ethic. Just a youngster. Gets stuffed the first time by Grayer. A lot of white shirts around him. Goes back up, gets hit this time. Sam Hill back in. He's got his career high rebounds. He has 13 tonight.
He replaces Moss. Hill will be out there playing with 4 personals. Wilke on the free throw line. 5:24 to go in this one. Wilke had 14 points at Iowa State in the Colorado loss there. He now has 15 tonight. 61-54. Iowa State's lead cut to 7. Colorado's made run after run at the Cyclones. Gotten within 1 on an occasion. Robinson off the glass, goaltending against Bullard. If you're scoring with us, credit Elmer Robinson with the deuce.
Here it is, slamming it off the glass. In the NBA, it's automatic. Here, in the judgment of the official, it's got to be on the way down, and that's exactly the call by Terry Turlington.
Wilke won't go. Rebound Hill. Off to Hornacek with 4:45 to play. The Cyclones lead it 63-54. The Cyclones win it. They'll meet either Nebraska or Oklahoma State in the semifinal tomorrow. I don't know they're going to give the basket. They're not. Charging foul against Grayer. That's his 3rd personal.
Colorado kept some good position here. Grayer went hard to the hole, and the call goes the way of the Buffs. Let's take a quick look. You look right with us. There it is. It's a good call. It's good position by Bullard.
Johnny Orr wanted the basket, of course. Mike Reid for Colorado, out to Kuzma. Reid trying to make something happen in there, and he loses it to Virgil. And here's Hornacek on the run. 3-on-2 off to Robinson.
You can mail that one home. That's a clinic. 11 steal for the Cyclones turns into their transition game, and that's their game.
65-54. Iowa State. 4 minutes to play. Torin Williams. Rebound, Hornacek.
He's smart. He used a little clock.
Blocking foul against Reid. Reid and Hornacek have been really scratching at one another all night long, and they respect one another. I know that, those two.
Mike Curry didn't make any bones about it. He felt it was a block right in front of us.
Neither fella complained. Neither fella said a thing to one another. These two play hard, don't they?
Yeah, they really do.
Hornacek with the 1-and-1. Came out of there on him. Torin Williams 65-54, the Cyclones lead the Buffs. Bullard comes up short. Rebound Grayer. Off the Hornacek. Back comes Hornacek. It's 3.5 to play. Victory tonight would be number 19 on the year for Iowa State, the most victories ever for a Johnny Orr Iowa State team.
They're in the right bracket here. You follow the Big 8 tomorrow, and Oklahoma and Kansas are going to be killing each other. This is the right bracket to be in. Colorado, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and Nebraska.
Hornacek from 30. Didn't go. Foul on Robinson. Robinson's fourth. 65-54. Cyclones. Number 21, Jeff Penix, is going to come in for Colorado. We're going to have a timeout with 2:56 left to go in this one. Iowa State has 65. Colorado has 54. And we'll be back with more after this from Budweiser.
And the country besides the Big 8, the Big East, Syracuse and Georgetown. That's a whale of a game, tied at 39 in the second half. Georgia Tech and Clemson in that Atlantic Coast Conference 7-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Virginia Tech by a point, losing to Florida State in the second half. That one's not over. Alabama by 7 over Mississippi State. And one more for you. Texas A&M by 6 over Arkansas. Back to Jay and Irv.
There is the big guy for Nebraska, David Hoppen. Brilliant student, brilliant basketball player. The leg injury put him out of action. But the Nebraska bunch seemed to come together even more when he went down.
They have done a great job. They have really played well.
Nebraska and Oklahoma State in the second game over some of these same stations, of course. Torin Williams hits the free throw, 65-55. Williams has 17 points.
Tom Apke is taking his center out now. Put a little quickness in. Look for the press.
– 65-56. The Cyclones with 2:55. Virgil almost lost it, but held on. And Sam Hill put it up. He's fouled by Bullard. That's 4 on Bullard.
Sam took it hard to the glass as they beat the press. And Big Sam, who has 14 boards. Look at Virgil do his thing with the skip pass. What's this?
I thought he might have walked.
Well, it's called traveling without a suitcase. You know, you look at Johnny Orr. He has not been able to relax this whole game. This is a game he's supposed to win. But you know, you got to go out and be better that particular night. There's the man we're talking about. 3 times Colorado's bolted and got back into it. Does that look like a man who thought he had a piece of cake? Look at that tie. Look at that face.
We talked about it at the top of the show, Irv. It didn't look like much of a match on paper, but the Colorado kids, to their credit, have battled back. Made 3 or 4 runs of their own. Look at Torin Williams from 35. In underneath there, the little guy losing it. Penix, and there's a foul called on the play.
So he gets called for the charge. Both ball clubs have suffered from poor shooting. Colorado 35%. Iowa State only at 38%.
Yeah, they came into the game with the Cyclones shooting 50.2 and Colorado setting a new school record at 50.9. I don't know what tonight will do to that. Here's the Colorado bench from behind, one of our mini cams. This is one of 14 college games that Raycom is televising on this Friday across this great country of ours. A lot of action for you. The great folks at Raycom, our executive producer Don McGuire here, bringing you the sights and sounds of the Big 8 tournament and lots more around the nation.
Remember when Don McGuire used to run around the Oklahoma baseball program?
I remember him even before that. 68-56. Here's Virgil coming back. Little spin off to Sam Hill. There's somebody that calls that a little pastry, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I believe he does. That ought to do it with 2 minutes left.
70-56. Cyclones are going to move into the semifinals. They will play either Nebraska or Oklahoma State. Kuzman tries one from 30. It won't go down. Robinson rebounds, and we have 1:50 to play.
This will be their 19th win. They'll use some clock, and it's tough to get the basketball away from Hornacek. Definitely a team that deserves to be in a tournament.
Foul on Bullard, and that's 5. Bullard fouls out of the game, the freshman. Bullard with 12 points tonight. And Yao will come in to replace him. Don Yao, a senior from Arvada. Bullard's a pretty good-looking freshman. He's going to get stronger and bigger.
I agree. Hit the weights a little bit. Work on the moves inside.
Ken Countryman, number 23, makes his first appearance. A freshman from Los Angeles, from Beverly Hills High School. Torin Williams going out of the game. Lee going out of the game. Number 30, Brian Robinson, also in now for Colorado. Robinson, a freshman from GW High in Denver. Jeff Grayer, the free throw. Grayer now with 17 points. Torin Williams left the game with 18. And Grayer and Williams tied for the leadership in points scored in this contest. In the lane, the shot put up by Countryman doesn't go. Virgil out to Hornacek. Hornacek trying to get it through to Robinson. Intercepted by Kuzman. Jumper by Penix won't go down. Virgil all alone. Sam Hill.
All right, Johnny Orr will empty the bench now. Get some folks in. Not sure he'll empty the bench, but he's going to haul a couple of guys up there.
16 points for Hill. Kuzman, a little jumper in the lane, gets it down. And a foul call, and we'll get some new folks in for the Cyclones. Number 24 coming in, Maurice Poole for the first time. Also number 40, Darryl Spinks. Countryman commits his first personal foul. Eli Parker, number 21, is also in the lineup. Hill has gone out. On the line, Robinson.
There's a lot of people from Iowa here tonight.
Very well represented. You know, both the Iowa Cyclones and the Kansas Jayhawks drew better than 14,000 per game this past season. Johnny Orr has done a great job at Ames, Iowa, turning them on and bringing them into Hilton Coliseum, one of the great basketball venues on any college campus.
One of my favorite moments is when they go, "Here comes Johnny." It's outstanding.
Well, we're just finishing this one up. That jumper is up and good by Eli Parker. Parker, the sophomore from Pontiac, Michigan. That's why they call him the shooter.
That's right.
78-58. 30-footer is good by Jeff Penix. High into the air, tapped up under there. Ball goes out of bounds with 3 seconds left. It'll belong to Colorado. Another substitute, number 30, coming into the game. That'll be Mark Urquhart, young fella from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a walk-on, 6'4", pre-med student. 3 seconds as Yao takes it off the glass, and 78-60. The Cyclones win it. Johnny Orr and Tom Apke meeting at center court. And the Cyclones now are 19-9, and they move into the semifinals to go up against either Nebraska or Oklahoma State. The other semifinal is set. It'll be Kansas and Oklahoma tomorrow afternoon. 78-60. 68-60. Iowa State over Colorado here at Kemper.
Some travel arrangements made through Eastern Airlines. If you're flying to the West Coast, Eastern has a convenient flight going your way. At Eastern, we earn our wings every day. Colorado losing by 18 to the Iowa State Cyclones. With me, head coach of the Iowa State team, Johnny Orr. Congratulations, John. That's your 19th win of the year.
Well, thank you very much, Kevin. We weren't really sharp, but when you're beating a team by 28 and 26 points, it's hard to get your guys up for the game. And we did it when we had to do it, so that was good.
What exactly did you tell the guys? You did allude to the fact that you beat them by over 50 points in 2 games. What do you tell them when you go into a game with a team like that?
Well, this is a tournament, and if we're out, we're out. We can't afford to get out of it. We got to win this game or it's all over.
Seemed like Colorado was trying to work it into their young big men all night, to the young guys inside, and that they had some success during the game doing that.
Well, they did, and then we stole a lot of times, got a lot of easy baskets, so it's good for us, too. I thought Virgil did a great job for us. There, I thought the whole team did, and under the circumstances, I didn't think we were particularly sharp, but we got the job done, so that shows we're a pretty good team.
What is your feeling about the NCAA tournament now? You got another win under your belt, and how does it look?
Well, I hope we get it. I think we deserve a chance. We played the 3rd toughest schedule in the United States, Kevin, and we won 19 games. Hopefully we're going to get it, but that's up to the committee. They do a hell of a job, and if we don't, well, I'm not going to be mad at them because they got a tough job and they do a great job.
You don't do a bad job either, Coach. Congratulations on a big win over Colorado. Any preference tomorrow?
No, it doesn't make any difference. We just got to win whoever we play. That's all, Kevin.
Okay, Johnny Orr, head coach of the Iowa State Cyclones. Now over to Irv Brown.
All right, I think everybody recognizes this guy. Ron Virgil had another outstanding basketball game. You're not supposed to go up and rebound like that. Don't you read the script, weighing 160 pounds?
Well, I just try to get every rebound. You know, I don't worry about my size. I just go in hard, and hopefully I get a lot of rebounds.
Colorado came out. They made 3 solid runs at you. You people kept your poise. Hornacek just kind of ran the show, and you got right back in and got your thing going.
I think the game was so close in the first half because of our inability to stop them on defense, and we let them run what they wanted to run. And the second half, we kind of picked it up on defense, so that helped us a lot.
All right, let's take a look, and I'm going to let you describe one of the plays that we picked up on you, and you tell us what happens here.
Oh, yeah, I took a shot and missed, and Sam got the rebound, so as soon as he shot it, I just decided I was going in and tip it in.
And once again, you showed that good, quick jumping ability. That's one of the things that I really like about you. All right, your game is to spread the court, transition game, and that's exactly what really got you going. It was a big win as far as the point spread, but it really didn't look that good early. I thought the transition got you going.
Yeah, we knew we were quicker than they are, and we knew we could bump with them down low, so we had to spread it out and make them play us in a full court game.
All right, Virg, get a little rest. Got another tough one coming tomorrow. All right, let's go to Jay.
All right, and the high score in the game for the Cyclones of Iowa State, Jeff Grayer with 18 points. First thing I want to ask you, was it as rough inside there tonight as it looked?
Yes, it was. It was a lot of bumping going on inside. We tried to make it a little physical. The refs kind of let us go tonight, and it wasn't physical.
Jeff, I know that you're well aware now that you face either Nebraska or Oklahoma State tomorrow in one of the semifinals. Do you have any thought? Does the team have any thought? Have you guys talked? Who would you like to meet?
Well, we haven't really talked about it. I think the team would kind of like to meet Oklahoma State. Nebraska, they're real rough. They're kind of rugged too inside. They really play good, hard, solid defense, and I think we kind of want to play Oklahoma State.
You had the opportunity tonight to make your running game go. 3 or 4 times you were able to make the big run back in the lead after, of course, they had made it tough for you.
Yeah, we were just really trying to work hard on defense and get mostly all the defensive rebounds. We was trying to tell each other that we just wanted to allow them one shot in the game. And once they did shoot it, we wanted to get the rebound and get it out on the fast break.
Jeff, thanks so much. Good luck tomorrow. Let's go back now to your host for the Big 8 tournament, Kevin Kylie.
We're in Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri, where there's 3 down and 1 to go. Iowa State has just beaten the Colorado Buffaloes in the 3rd game of the Big 8 quarterfinals, 78-60. Here's how it looks. Oklahoma in the 1st game by 3 over Missouri. They will meet number 2 ranked Kansas tomorrow in one semifinal. Kansas by 13, by 23, check that, over Kansas State. Just moments ago, Iowa State pulling away at the end of the game to beat Colorado by 18 points, but really not that badly. And coming up in just a very few moments, Oklahoma State will take on a very tough Nebraska team. Now, this one has some special meaning, too.
They really had a big advantage on the backboards. They win it by 10. Too many horses, too much quickness, and they advance.
They win it by 10 on the rebounding department. They win it by 18. 78-60, Iowa State, a victor over the Colorado Golden Buffaloes. More coming up in a moment.